Hello everyone, welcome to the Edmonds Racing Preview Show. Toby and Trent are here to bring us all the latest news, and well done fellas, another winning week. I Am Voodoo, Divine Courage and Evanescence getting the chocolates.
It was good.
I Am Voodoo, talk us through it.
Well, had excuses first start. I think we'd done the wrong thing by him trying to really flog him out on speed, and he got galloped on in the run as well. And it was pretty painless. Further they went, he was going to win by a bit further. Inside horse had a fairly soft run. Thought Anthony rode him well, and they cleared out one. Beat the third horse by about 8 lengths. So he had another big blow. He's taking ages to get fit, but should continue to improve.
And Divine Courage, Toad?
Divine Courage has always, shown us that sort of ability, and funnily enough, we trialled him out at Beaudesert. He went awfully in a trial,
Horrible.
Andrew Mallion rode him. He goes, "This wouldn't win anywhere." I said, "Well, it's already won a race, mate." He said, "No, it couldn't have." And I said, "Yes, it has." Anyhow, just improved pretty quickly down at Moorlambar underneath Matthew McGorran, who rode him the other day. He rode him well. He's a real good rider, Matthew, good horseman, and we like using him. He's hard to get, that's all. But Divine Courage is good first up. He, pinned the ears back actually, and probably another 100 yards. He wins by a lot further as well. I thought it was a pretty good effort.
And a good win for Ken and Barb. They had a good day.
Yeah, they would have been good if they would have had the double. The other filly just got beat by one of Chris Waller's horses, so they ran well. All those horses last weekend ran super.
We did say we had a magpie in last week's show, and the magpie colours got the job, so that was the omen sort of tip, wasn't it?
Yes.
And then Evanescence, Trent, Arch Park, they're flying at the moment, and that was a good win.
Yeah, they've had a good week, and she was good. She was really good. Improved sharply from her first up run, but it shows what barriers
can do.
It's amazing
what a run does for them, doesn't it? Like same track too, which helped. I think she'd been there already, so and the soft draw.
Soft draw was huge. I think barrier 9 first up, back to barrier 2. She mapped to do no work, and it looked like it was going to get a little bit messy when he was one off the fence, but he found a spot down on the fence. He gave her a bit of a scoot and found that spot and won of the race.
Anthony Allen continues his good form.
Yep.
3 wins from his last 3 rides.
Yep, that's correct. And I think it was 27,400 for a maiden on a Tuesday at Kilcoy, cutest filly. So we do it every week, sing the praises of cutest and in particular fillies.
Yeah.
She's, earned a good amount of prize money. Realistically, she's not a star, but if we can continue to place her in cutest grade, she'll continue to earn through the rest of a 3-year-old season.
No, very good point about the cutest. And as we said last week with the prize money, or a couple of weeks ago with the prize money.
She's a leased filly, isn't she?
Yeah, she's leased.
We leased her off.
I think it was Murray Murdoch.
Murray Murdoch, bred her.
Okay.
So that was good for Murray and the Archer Park guys.
Mm. And as we said, the cutest prize money's going up, and they're extending the bonuses to 4-year-old and beyond as well.
Yeah.
So that valuable scheme's only going to get better.
Yes.
All right, of the feature race runners, you had Alpine Edge and Mimi Lagarde.
Yeah.
What do we make? They both had sort of circumstances against in a way.
Well, Alpine Edge probably couldn't win from that once we drew that barrier. It's 1,000 metres, and we got a couple of target races now. Obviously, he goes now to the King of the Mountain and Magic Million Day. So 1,000 metres first up was always going to be a bit short for him. Ran well, like he got beat 1.9. His sectional time was huge. From the barrier, we drew the barrier. We were out of play really. Well, I don't mean out of play. They have to run.
Made it hard.
It made it very difficult because you've got to go back.
He was given him 8 lengths at the top of the straight.
2 or 3 pairs further back than you would be if you draw softly. Anyway, he's not a back marker, but he's a horse you race that races off speed and finishes on. So I thought his run was super, or very good. He's good fresh horse, so early in his preps to go for him. And we go to the King of the Mountain in 3 weeks' time from last Saturday.
Yeah, New Year's Eve. So that's where you guys will be on New Year's Eve. And Mimi, obviously had circumstance against in the run. Had to sit wide and it's maybe a bit closer than usual.
No, a bit closer, but
I thought she could have found a spot, maybe even a pair closer. Mm-hmm. If she found that spot and got some cover, then who knows if things were different. She didn't get beaten far and travelled the widest runner of the lot. from where she was. So frustration. We spoke pretty quickly after the race, or in the days after the race even. I suppose her best couple of performances in her career to date were the Gold Edition last year off the back of a setback and a break, and then the other day in the Tats Classic off the back of 6 weeks off as well. We chased the Gateways, fantastic race to try and be a part of, and big carrot at the end of it. And as Dad said during the week, maybe just that 2-week back up off running a really fast time on a hard deck dulled her brilliance a bit, and then couple that with wide barrier, torrid run.
Yeah.
So she freshens up now in preparation for Magic Millions Day, whatever race that may be. There's a stack of options for her on that day, and she can bounce back off the back of a freshen up.
Bit of a freshen up, and all roads lead to Magic Millions Day. All
Yep.
right.
Indian Dreamer was good.
Super.
Was good.
Yeah, I thought he was very brave in defeat.
What's next for him? Similar
Given
sort of...
a good ride. Like he drew softly. So what's next? Similar type
Similar
race.
sort of race, yeah.
There's plenty of them. So he's been a little busy last week. We just sent him to the farm for a couple of days to freshen. So, but he was good for the Lucky Clover guys.
He tries hard, doesn't he?
He does. He's and he's of that age now where he's a gelding, and once he gets a win under his belt and gets a bit of confidence, I think he'll win a couple pretty quickly. So anyhow, there's good money up north for him next year as well. He's a gelding, Rocky Cup, Mackay Cup, those type of races could all fit in.
Okay, nice. I'm sure the Lucky Clover team would enjoy a trip to the North Queensland features.
The boys on tour, mate, they'd be
Yep,
loving it.
quite keen for that.
Very good. Oh, well, speaking of the Lucky Clover team, they've got the first of 5 runners set to step out this weekend. It's sort of a team of up-and-comers this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, they're
Sort
all
of
first-uppers,
young horses and sort of 3-year-olds in that mould. They're still establishing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So Mission to Win is the horse we're talking about for the Lucky Clover team. 3-year-old gelding, kicks off his career in a maiden plate over the 1100. Trialled well recently at Bow Desert.
He did. He trialled good. His first trial been a little bit backward. We thought he would need his first trial, which he did. He improved quickly at his second trial. Martin Harley rode him and actually put him up into the trial, up on speed, and he set outside lead, but he a little bit wayward in the straight, but trialled good. And I think the eventual winner has won. Thing that trial right beside him has already won. I think.
Valentia come out and brained him. Yeah, run fast time last
Friday.
Frank
So drawn awkward though. He's drawn 9. May just have to, instead of banging him up into it, might just have to ride him for a bit of luck. But he's got the ability to win a race like that pretty quickly, I think. Whether tomorrow's the right day or not, but he could.
Just a matter if he gets the right run. If he gets ridden steady and they go quick, he can get home over the top, can't he?
Yeah, I think.
Got to turn
I think he's first up. You don't want to be going forward and ending up 3 wide.
No.
Unless there's zero speed and he just begins and puts himself there. I think the best thing for education for him and his long-term future would be to just go back from the barrier and get in and just get him to the outside in the straight, and he should run on nicely.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
I hope to see him getting home late in the Lucky Clover colours there.
Yes.
All right, Trent, Maroon Magic has her first start on home turf in Queensland for the Queensland Rogues and the Fillies and Mares Class 2 plate, and she won 2 starts back at Grafton, but then was a little disappointing after giving a few hassles before the race.
She was hugely disappointing, but pretty evident pre-race that they had it on the Sky Channel. There's a horse got loose, riderless, and basically run straight up her behind, set her off, and she galloped for 500 or so metres on the way to the barriers, head in the air, mouth open, and she was a shot duck after that, so to speak. Just it fried her brain and pulled really hard in the run. So just done everything wrong, but pre-race circumstances were no good. So tomorrow, she'll have a nice quiet canter to the barriers and maybe let the speed go. From a soft gate and come at them late. I don't see any reason as to why she can't bounce back. It's a nice race for her. She looks good, work's still been good, so happy with her, and we can make amends.
Very good. Forgive for last start Maroon Magic.
Yeah, it was a horror show.
Tobes Cripps tonight lines up in the Class 2 plate over the 1100, and he's another one first up and trial well also.
Yeah, he's a pretty quick horse, competitive horse. Doesn't quite look right yet. I noticed, we sent an update out towards the end of last week. We had that cold snap come through, and his coat just went the other way, where everything's starting to really
Blossom and look good.
Yeah, look brilliant at
Yeah,
the moment.
right, so
the
he went
spring
the other way.
with summer here, he just turned up. Oh wow, what's going on here? Anyhow, settled back down a bit this week, but might just need it. But he is very competitive and quite quick. His trials have been good. His works pretty good. I wouldn't say he is a good thing, but he'll be in the finish.
Okay, competitive showing first
Yes.
up.
Be in front for a long way anyway. So,
Give him something.
yeah.
That's right.
Okay, all right. 2 runners end the day, or potentially, because there's also Sunday as an option for both of these. But Corfe Castle and the Vows. Corfe Castle, another who's first up, and one last preparation, and the Vows also resumes in the On Fire Racing colours.
Look, 1200 for Corfe Castle first up is probably not ideal, but it's a cutest race. It presents well. We're trying to split them all up to maximise return, and he's drawn soft. I thought his last trial was good. His first up one, he needed it, and he's continued to improve. So he looks like he's going really well. Very good chance. And the other horse, drawn wide, the Vows, he'll get back, get down the middle and run on really strong. He's probably looking for another furlong and a start tomorrow. So whatever he does, he'll improve on. But just look for him to be settling early, get a bit of cover, and really charging late, and then we'll assess him after that. But I would say Corfe Castle is the more forward of the two, and just probably a little bit of a sharper horse at this stage.
Yeah. And they trialled in the same trial too, didn't they?
Correct, yes.
Okay, it's leaning towards the Gold Coast for both.
Yeah,
So-
I think so, especially being
They're first up. We don't
walk across the
see
road.
We've accepted up there just to give us an option. If it hose down rain up here and didn't up there, at least they're going to get a run into them somewhere. But they are first up, and may as well just walk them across the road tomorrow,
Yes.
rather than cart them all the way up there for they're probably this similar type chance anyway. Just be a bit cheaper to do it from here.
Yep, fair call. All right. Well, they're the runners, all lining up on the home track. As we said, sort of emerging brigade first up.
Yep.
It's probably a bit tricky.
The best bet's gonna be-
Best bet.
You go first.
The leader.
I always
he's got
lead
the
out,
yellow
but
leader's jersey, but he's thrown it.
You got the honours today.
Thanks. How'd our best bet go last week?
Mine ran second at Moorlambar, and I think yours was Mimi.
Mimi.
Yep.
She ran 8th, 10th, 12th. The handbook was right this week. They never
The
tipped.
handbook. The playbook.
Oh, playbook. Sorry, Nath. I'll get it right one day. But anyway, no,
He's
they were
delaying. What's your best bet?
Yeah, he's buying himself time here.
right. No, I'll go Mission to win.
Oh, okay. First starter.
Little
First
smoky.
starter.
I like it.
I don't know if this is smoky. Like seriously, if he that winner of the trial the other day that won at Doomben, like
I heard Denise Martin on the radio yesterday declaring it a proper group horse. So
Okay, so if that's anything to go by,
we
yeah,
mission to win.
just wish he would have drawn a bit softer. But anyhow. We've had some of these horses like Saga on started here from a wide barrier first up. She's just too good for him. That could happen. I don't know if he's that good, but he's raw. He's new. He's what's the word called? He's been a real shit of a thing all the way through. I just think he's got some cheeky ability.
Okay.
And once he learns what it's all about, he'll be okay. He's got a pedigree. He's not too bad. Tornado. I'm confident he'll be okay.
Yeah, I was thinking he was going to be the mission, but obviously not. The name's a bit tricky.
No,
Correct.
Have any luck with the missions?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You've had enough time to think about it.
Yeah.
haven't I ever? So I delayed for as long as possible.
Yeah, I know.
Best bet.
No, look,
it's hard to give a
it's
best bet.
hard to give a good one first up, but even though he's got improvement to come, I still think Cripps tonight can outspeed them. There's not a great deal of speed in the race on first look, so if he gets it cheap enough, he should be there a long way.
Jump and run. Cripps tonight.
Yes.
All right. Well, fingers crossed for a good day for the team here on the home track. Anything else to add before we farewell?
Absolutely
No, we
nothing.
touch on the King of the Mountain. That'll be exciting.
Yeah.
First running
it's
of
a
that
good
of
new
that race.
concept.
Yep.
Oh, I must say, the new Polytrack, everyone knows it's in. Trained our first winner off one of the last gallops, being Evanescence. She galloped on it on Saturday morning. It was
Yep.
one of our first horses. We galloped on it. It's settling down and performing beautifully. It's been a godsend so far, so long may it continue. Awesome.
So you're doing fast work, slow work, everything
Yep.
on there. Yep.
Yep, we're right to go, and it's been fantastic.
Very good.
And we spent a week getting them used to it.
Yep.
So they done all their steady work on it for about 4 or 5 days. Rolled our first couple up there on Saturday morning. So a couple of guys jumped in a little bit early. I think Lee galloped on Friday. Glenn Thornton did as well. We just waited an extra day, and they look like they get over it nicely. It gives a good feel. It rides well. We haven't had. I've had a bit of rain, and it no different. So looking forward to having that now as our main
as
our
an
main
asset,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, great asset. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the first trial's January 3, ahead of the first meeting January 28.
Correct.
So exciting times.
Yes.
Tobe's got a phone call, so we better go. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Good luck.
Right.